Shiny Pokemon are already uncommon, but in Pokemon Go they're much more so. These are the shinies that are the most hardest to get in the game. Pokemon Go first appeared on the scene a few years ago, and it's still going strong today. NIANTIC has also attempted to build a Harry Potter Go, dubbed Harry Potter Wizards Unite, and although it is well made, it is not near as popular as Pokemon Go. There are those die-hard Pokemon fanatics out there that wish to capture them all, even the flashy ones. Some of these shiny Pokemon can only be found at particular periods or are accidentally unleashed into the Pokemon world. The levels of shinies range from SSS to F, with triple S being the most difficult to locate. This list will only include one kind of Pokemon, since otherwise Pikachu and Pichu would take up 60% of the space. Players eagerly anticipate the shiny versions of their favorite new Pokemon with the introduction of each new Pokemon game. With the release of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet just around the horizon, it's safe to assume that gamers will be shiny hunting as much as possible. This trend has spread to the popular Pokemon Go game, with players able to get some very uncommon shiny varieties during events and raids. Over the years there have been several really spectacular shiny versions, but some are far rarer than others. The following list has been updated to add even more entries for the rarest shiny Pokemon in Pokemon Go, in order to further expand on the top shinies accessible in the game. Number 16. Shiny Party Hat Nidorino. Some shinies, especially those with headgear, are only accessible for a short time, thus, only the most determined trainers can get their hands on them. This gimmick rewards the most dedicated players as well as those that pay attention to developer-provided official information on different media channels. This alternatively colored Nidorino wearing a festive party hat was only accessible during a 3-hour raid in February 2020. Number 15. Shiny Woobat. This fluffy single-toothed Pokemon is perhaps one of the cutest pocket monsters that have been developed in recent generations, making its green shiny form very attractive to many. Swoobat, Woobat's evolved version, keeps Woobat's sparkling color palette for a pleasing consistency of aesthetics. It will be difficult to catch one of these fuzzy flying companions since the odds of coming across a sparkly Woobat are 1 in 500. Number 15. Shiny Costume Gengar. For their Halloween event in 2020, Pokemon revealed several unique looking ghost-type Pokemon. In terms of visual design, these pocket monsters were all familiar ghost types, but NIANTIC changed their appearance to make them unique via clothing. Specialized raids could be used to capture Costume Gengar, whom players could team up to defeat. Although conquering these encounters may result in a costume monster, players would soon discover about a glossy variation of the design. Unfortunately, many players reported the drop rate for this version was low, forcing them to grind the raid for a long time just to get their hands on one. Number 13. Shiny Meloetta Hat Galarian Ponyta. The regular updates from NIANTIC that include Pokemon with unique clothing pieces or unusual attire have kept users interested with Pokemon Go. These specialized varieties of the Pokemon in question are already difficult to come by, so imagine how difficult they become when the term shiny is thrown into the picture. That was the case with Galarian Ponyta, which came in a variety of gleaming shapes, including one with a cute Meloetta helmet over its head. The charming round cap complements the shiny aspect of this Ponyta form far better than the original, which had many players looking for the valued Pokemon as hard as they could. Number 12. Shiny Krabby. The mysterious case of the clandestine shining Krabby, of course. This golden-green crustacean abruptly vanished from the radars of trainers all around the globe in November 2018, prompting many to fear that they mistakenly eliminated from the game. Trainers have been able to discover both ordinary and shiny Krabbies since then, but this brief absence has left some puzzled, considering the shelled shiny was previously the rarest in all of Pokemon Go, having gone months without being sighted. Number 11. Shiny Abra. Shiny Abra has a genuine fluke, and it was never supposed to be released in Pokemon Go, so consider yourself exceedingly fortunate if you managed to catch him within that short window. But even if it hadn't been unleashed in accident, it would still be difficult to catch due to Abra's programming, which allows her to teleport away very instantaneously. To capture this elusive Pokemon, players usually only have one throw, so pack all of your hopes and aspirations into that one shot and hope for the best. It will be extremely frustrating if you locate a shiny Abra and it teleports away right away. That would be terrible. Number 10. Shiny Detective / Ash's hat wearing Pikachu. Because the Detective Pikachu movie was such a hit, NIANTIC decided to include a Detective Pikachu version in Pokemon Go. Pikachu wearing hats has been a running motive in Pokemon Go from the beginning, but Detective Pikachu is the most elusive of them all. It was a one-time event that was only accessible for a short time, and it could not be captured in the wild like other Pikachu wearing caps. It can only be caught through the game's augmented reality camera, where Detective Pikachu will photobomb your images, spawning as a Pokemon for you to catch. Pikachu with Ash's cap is also very hard to come by shiny. Number 9. Shiny Witch, or Party, or Santa hat wearing Pichu. The infant Pikachu, known as Pichu, is a lot sweeter than its evolution, but locating these flashy hat versions is exceedingly difficult, and as a consequence, they're a lot less adorable. Apart from in 2019, when the Pokemon was made accessible to catch in August for Pokemon Go Fest, the Witch Hat Pichu is exclusively available during Halloween events. You'll have to wait until this Halloween to try again if you didn't locate a shiny last year. Only hatching eggs and 2km eggs may be used to get Witch Hat Pichu, and the glossy variant is the most difficult to obtain. For the sake of completeness, Party and Santa with a shiny Pichu are likewise very uncommon. Number 8. Shiny Lunatone. This Pokemon's shiny form was only introduced after the Equinox event last year. Despite the fact that Lunatone and Solrock were capturable, the shiny versions were not included in the game and were both region specific. Lunatone was in the American and African areas before the event, while Solrock was in the European, Asian and Australian regions. However, these two Pokemon moved areas during the event, with Solrock in the American and African regions and Lunatone in the European, Asian and Australian regions. A regional exclusive Pokemon was also allowed to be caught in its shiny form for the first time ever. Number 7. Shiny Unown. Unown is one of the most bizarre Pokemon in the whole franchise. Although it isn't the most powerful monster on the block, it was utilized for a pretty unique purpose in the series, serving as an alphabet for some buried history. Regardless of how effective the Unown is in combat, many players will take it upon themselves to acquire all versions of the Unown as soon as they come available. This applies to shiny hunting, which might need a significant amount of effort in order to acquire every potential Unown variety in shining form. Number 6. Shiny Clefairy. Shiny Clefairy was introduced into the world of Pokemon once during the Pokemon Go festival, but it was swiftly deleted as a mistake, exactly as shiny Abra. However, if you were fortunate enough to uncover one before it was removed, you are one of the few. It's possible to catch a shiny Clefairy or Clefable once again, but only by discovering a shiny Cleffa and evolving it into a Clefairy, since shiny Clefairy or Clefable can be captured in the wild. Shiny Cleffa, on the other hand, can only be obtained via hatching eggs, so go strolling. Number 5. Shiny Zubat. It's strange that the most common Pokemon in the world, which can be found deep within the caverns, is also one of the most difficult shiny Pokemon to discover in Pokemon Go. A swarm of Zubats has been completely wrapped you from head to toe every 2 steps in a cave. In Zubat's defense, the shiny form was only accessible during a Team Rocket Go event in July 2019, and Zubat had the lowest probability of finding one of the 4 shiny Pokemon. Zubat, on the other hand, could be discovered via hatching eggs, study encounters and in the wild, but the chances were much too slim. Number 4. Shiny Alolan Marowak. The Alolan Marowak is a cursed fiery beast that is also very difficult to locate in Pokemon Go. Because there is no Alolan Cubone to develop into an Alolan Marowak, it can only be obtained via raids. Cubone matures into each evolution dependent on the time of day in the games. However, this does not seem to be the case with Pokemon Go. If you want to get a shiny Alolan Marowak, you'll have to repeat raid after raid while praying to Arceus for a shining version. Number 3. Shiny Alolan Vulpix. In July 2019, as NIANTIC was celebrating their 3rd anniversary with a new event, Alolan forms were introduced into Pokemon Go. Of course, this meant that shining variations of Alolan forms could now be located and caught as well. However, many Alolan Pokemon could only be obtained by hatching 7km eggs, which is a long way to go to get a Pokemon, especially if you're looking for a shiny form of Alolan Vulpix, which is a hyper rare to catch and has the lowest chances of any Alolan Pokemon released. But Alolan Vulpix may now be captured in the wild instead of going through the hatching process. Number 2. Shiny Nidorina and Nidoqueen. When a swarm of female Pokemon hatched in the wild in Pokemon's Go history, it caught a lot of people off surprise. On October 11, 2018, the International Day of the Girl Child was commemorated. Naturally, new shiny forms of Pokemon were discovered as a result of this incident, but just the Nidoran family. Unfortunately, Nidorina and Nidoqueen are hard to locate in the wild, because it was only feasible during this one event. If you are fortunate enough to come across a shiny Nidoran, you may develop it into a Nidorina, and then into a Nidoqueen, but this is the only option. And at number 1, shiny Alolan Grimer. During Pokemon Go's 3rd anniversary celebration, Alolan Grimer was released into the wild with other Alolan varieties. Of course, Alolan Grimer, like Alolan Vulpix, was only accessible in 7km eggs, necessitating long trips to locate them, which is made considerably more difficult if no 7km eggs are handed out at Pokestops. However, unlike Vulpix, which can now be captured in the wild, Alolan Grimer is still missing from the wild, and it may be one of the final Alola forms to become extinct. And those are the 16 rarest shinies in Pokemon Go. Let me know if you have any of these, and as always, thank you for listening, and I will see you next time.